Hi, Christine Trumbull with Pinnacle Exit Group. So have you ever wondered why one business has buyers lining up at the door to pay top dollar while others kind of sit on the market for months and years and maybe even never sell? So what are buyers looking for in a prospective purchase of a business? The characteristics that they're looking for are called value drivers. And value drivers are something to value has to be something that we address before the process the process of a sale even begins. So value drivers are the characteristics of the business that can either reduce the risk associated with owning the business or enhance the prospect that the business is going to grow significantly in the future. So it's your job as the owner and your advisor's jobs to help create value within your business before we want to put it on the market and sell it. So the reason a buyer is willing to pay a premium price really centers around his or her perception of risk and return. It's just like if you want to put money into, stocks and bonds, the market, or whatever investments, you're looking at the risks and the potential return. Buyers of businesses are looking at the exact same thing. So the characteristics that buyers find valuable are present, then a buyer may pay top dollar. There are lots of common value drivers, and over the next several weeks, I'm going to be talking about them. Today, we're going to talk about stable and increasing cash flow. I mean, think about it. If you were going to buy a business, this is something you would want: stable and increasing cash flow. Ultimately, all value drivers are going to contribute to stable and predictable cash flow. It's the cash flow that determines what a buyer is going to offer to pay. Basically, buyers are buying cash flow and they're buying the predictability and the potential future increase of cash flow. That's what they expect, and they're going to expect it to be there, and that's what they're taking a risk on. So it's important, especially the year or several before the sale, that you really pay attention to increasing in predictable and sustainable cash flow, and to ensure that it has been sustainable and has been rising. So a critical question to ask is, how do you go about increasing a company's cash flow? Well, a couple of them are, maybe you need to reinvent yourself a little bit and pay greater attention to strategically pay attention to increasing cash flow by operating the business a little bit more efficiently. So sit down, take a couple of minutes, 30 minutes or so, and really think about all of the different ways that your company can improve cash flow. I have done several videos over the past 2 months, I think, that talk about this specifically. So you may want to go back and take a look at them. And then if you've been a semi-absent owner, you may want to spend a little bit more time in the business helping people figure out and discover the different ways that the company can be more efficient and decrease costs and increase cash flow. Don't leave this up to your management team or your managers. This is your company and your value. You're going to be the one who's going to know where to make the company more efficient. And then implement some specific procedures to increase cash flow. And these can include things like tightening up the purchasing department, or reevaluating your investment in marketing and advertising. Do you have the right people paying attention to your expenditures? Do you have someone associated or assigned every department and potentially line item on your P&L to manage those expenditures to increase your cash flow? Are you economically incentivizing these people to manage your expenditures and improve your cash flow? Then stop using your business as your personal checking account. Many owners do this. I get it. It's very, very common, but it's also very difficult to recast your P&L and your cash flow, because these are not actual out-of-pocket expenses. They're soft costs. And then sit down and list the ways that you do financially benefit from the company. And you may need help from your advisors to help you to do this. But if you're pulling money out and you can't, it's not done in a way that you can't pinpoint it, then you can't accurately recast the financial statements and the cash flow to be appealing to the buyer, and therefore increasing your purchase, their purchase price. So you need to think about things that maybe you're taking an excess amount of payroll. I'm not saying that you need to change it. You just need to be aware of it so that it can properly be recasted. Maybe you're paying some family members or close friends that are getting a little bit more than the average. Maybe you've included some cars or vacation or recreational vehicles. Whatever is a personal expense needs to be pinpointed so that it can accurately come out when recasting statements and cash flow. And then if you can, this one's a little trickier, but if you can, defer or eliminate any capital expenditures that you were planning on that are going to affect the bottom line. Because if you can put that off and defer it, it's only going to continue to sustain and improve your cash flow and thus increase the sales price. So stabilizing and increasing cash flow is going to be the foundation to build your sale. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to continue to talk about all of these drivers, these value drivers that will help you further capitalize on that strong cash flow. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Christine Trumbull with the Pinnacle Exit Group.